Hello everyone, welcome to the Giant Markets. Today we are going to talk about the economic calendar. So a lot of questions are being asked on what is the economic calendar? What's the purpose of it? So I'm going to answer all those questions today. So to everyone who's here, please press the subscription button, subscribe and like the channel so that you can have more of these videos coming to you and be the first one to receive it when they are being uploaded. So to kickstart today, I want to talk more about the economic calendar, but I'll only focus on 6 activities that happen in the economic calendars. But there are plenty of those activities that happens, but I will only focus on the 6 today. So the thing that we have to know about the economic calendar is that it's a fundamental thing. As you know that the market in the forex is driven by the technical and the fundamentals. So the fundamentals has to deal with the news. So the economic calendar, it gives you highlights of what is going to happen in that week so that you can sit and relax knowing that these are the things that are going to drive the market in this coming week. So the first one that I want to talk about is the gross domestic price, the DGP. This is very important for every country because it talks about the growth of the country. So in the forex markets, those are the things that make the currencies to have volatility, because whenever the news about that price of the GDP comes out, it makes you have an idea of where the price will go on that time. Then the second one I want to talk about is the inflation data. The inflation data, which can be grouped into what we call the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. This price index is the cost of living. It deals with the cost of living, on how people in a country they spend their money, and it's an index that is calculated by a country. Especially when you are in the forex field, people like to trade. Most of the people like to trade the US dollars. So we should look more on what the Americans are doing at that time. So they always have an index they calculate, which is called the Consumer Price Index. So whenever that price index comes out, it brings a lot of volatility into the market also. So I'll be just stating and naming these few details of the things that affect the economy, but I will come back on another video to explain further, when I'll be taking one by one of them, so that you will have a clear understanding of how it affects the markets. So the third one that we need to talk about is the interest rates. This determines when the currency should be, this determines the borrowing of the country when we're talking about the interest rates. So when people have a low interest rates, it brings growth to the economy. But whenever the interest rates are increased, which means there is low borrowing from the people borrowing into the economy of the country, and there is few people who are spending into the country, then it reduces the growth of the country. Then the other one that I want to talk about is the earnings that the companies bring. These earnings, they come quarterly. So it depends with the company. Other companies, the earnings they can start their quarterly can start on February. Others it can start on January. Others it can start on March. It depends on the company. So these earnings are so important. They also bring the volatility to the companies, especially these companies like Tesla, Facebook, Microsoft. So we look forward to all these earnings each and every quarter. So the other one that I want to talk about is the employment data, which is the NFP, non-farm payrolls. So in America, they have a system whereby they measure the number of workers in that month. This happens every monthly. So it's important also for those who are trading forex, so that they have an idea on how the US dollar is being affected in that month, on whether is it advancing in terms of growth or it's going down. So those are the things that are also important. Then we have the retail sales. The retail sales measures the production of the country. So there is a production that happens in a country, and everyone wants to know whether the people spending, or is the spending less in that month. So these are one of the most important things that are needed to be known as a forex trader. So the economic calendar is very important for any trader. So right now, what I'm going to do, I want to take you to what is happening this week in the economic calendar, so that any trader can have an idea on what to trade on. Right, so as it's on the 7th of November, these are the news that actually happened. So you can see from the South Africa to the Euro to the Great Britain, yeah, it's a different kind of news. Like, it's different things that are happening on that day. Even when you go to the 8th, there's the household spending year to year for Chinese, overtime pay. So these things are calculated, then they become as a percentage for the whole country. Right, yeah, then there's foreign exchange reserves for Chinese. So all these things are calculated. Then there are midterm elections, like in America, there are midterm elections as is Tuesday. So it's also going to affect the United States dollar. Then in Euro, there's the private non-farm payment payrolls. So this they produce the volatility of the euro. So these are the things that people have to know if you are trading forex, so that you understand what causes the fluctuation of the price of the currencies. Like the retail sales year to year, these ones have already happened, because most of the time they would have forecast that it will be minus 1.3%, but it comes to be 0.6, which is a positive one. So it makes the euro to go up, but it's a combination of so many things that will make it to even go up. So then on the 9th, that will be on a Wednesday, there will be bank lending and 2-year current accounts for the Japanese. These are for the Japanese yen. Then in the Australian dollar, there will be the building permits. Then we will have to see how they came out, the final results they came out for that month, because most of the times these news, they always come out every month. So yeah, which means you can trace them on what will have happened the previous month and what is going to happen on the next coming month. Then there will be the purchase index, the mortgage applications. So others, they don't bring too much volatility to the market, but they are also important. So the idea is to know which are the important ones that brings fluctuation to the markets. Right, so then there will be the crude oil stock change. So when you go to the WTI and the Brent, these are the news that are also important, that will make you to understand what is going to happen with WTI and Brent. Then on Thursday, there will be the stock investment by foreigners for the yen. Then the foreign bond investments. Then there will be the machine tools orders. Then there is gold production in South Africa. Then there is an inflation rate for for USA, which is the CPI. So this one is important because it's going to cause volatility to the US dollar. So we have to look out for this one. The core inflation for that month, the CPI, is coming at around 3:30 African time. Right, then these things, they always happen or every month, so we have to look out for them and they are important. So all right, thank you for watching. I'm Talubo Shesbanda. I'm signing out. Enjoy.